Hi folks, welcome to another stall13.com video. I wish that some of these videos could be more entertaining and not so serious in nature and not upset you, but unfortunately a lot of the things that happen wrong with horses are upsetting, and it's important that you know. Colic is one of the top 3 things that kills horses. It's very serious. A lot of horses die from colic. It's basically a gastrointestinal obstruction. Think of a giant roadblock that happens inside of the gut. What we're going to talk about is some of the things that are real easy for you to decide if your horse is colicking. A horse should go to the bathroom. I mean, we're talking horse manure out the back door. Should have a good bowel movement about every 4 to 6 hours. Most of your average sized horses in the United States, if they're on a relatively normal diet and everything being equal being that they're healthy and fine, they should be making about 12 to 17 pounds of solid waste every 24 hours. If you suspect a horse is colicking, the first thing you want to do is you want to put them in an area where there is no horse poop. Whether it's a stall or a paddock, or even if it's just inside of a horse trailer, you want to see if this horse is manufacturing any horse apples. If you suspect a horse is colicking, you do not want that horse to roll. That is a wives' tale. That's an urban legend. The worst thing you can do is allow this horse on the ground to roll. It's a way of knotting and twisting their gut, just like a rubber band. I'm going to repeat this. Do not let your horse roll. That's an old-fashioned wives' tale. It's wrong, and a lot of horses die because of it. You want to keep your horse up. You don't want the horse to lay down. You don't want him to roll. You want to walk your horse. You do not want to feed it a lot of fluids. If it wants to drink water on its own, great, let it. Do not feed it anything. Why? You've got a roadblock. Why put more cars on the road? Why, if you have an obstruction of the bowel, why have the horse have more stuff in their stomach that's just going to have to be digested and cause a bigger roadblock? One of the telltale signs of a horse is colicking is when you call your vet and you're on the phone. He's going to ask you if the horse has a fever, if he's dehydrated, if he's shocky. Hopefully you've seen these videos. We have a dehydration, we have a temperature, we have a shocky video. Now we're talking about a gut sound video. Every minute or two, around the clock, your horse is manufacturing energy in its stomach. It's digesting roughage. It's digesting the grain in the feed that you feed it. There are gut sounds. There are some really big, boisterous gut sounds. And then there's just some tiny little bubbles. What I'm going to do is show you, because your veterinarian's going to say, have you listened to your horse's stomach? Have you listened to your horse's gut? Are there any gut sounds? The way that works is we're going to start on this side first. I'm going to take my hat off, and you're going to come down. Now remember, this is a shorter horse, so I got to really bend down. I wish all of a sudden I was dealing with a warm blood or a thoroughbred. You're going to want to come down here, and you want to get your ear next to the horse's stomach. If there's people around, tell them to shut up. You want it to be quiet. This is very serious. You may want to plug your ear. You're going to bend down. You're going to plug your ear, and you're going to put your ear right against his stomach, and if you can't hear some bubbling and gurgling within, say, 60 to 120 seconds, a minute to a minute and a half of your ear being there, that means that this side quadrant of the horse's stomach is quiet. That's not a good sign. That's indicative of colic. So you just bend down, put your head right here, plug your ear, and listen. Whoa! Sounds like a roller coaster. I'm sorry, there's just no way technologically wise you can hear this. We got gurgling on this side. Even though you have gurgling on that side, you want to come over and you want to do the other side of the horse. It's the same thing, just backwards. I'm going to put my head down on the gut, plug my ear so I can hear. Well, I got little bubbles. Okay, just because you hear gut sounds doesn't necessarily mean that everything's okay, but it's a great sign that everything is okay with the horse. Unfortunately, when people decide that their horse may be colicking, that there might be something wrong, by then there usually is. You know, we all have busy work schedules, and not everybody gets to spend all day in the barn like I do with the horses. And I feel very lucky that I do, by the way. But you need to understand about how often your horse has to go and produce solid waste. How often does it urine? All these things go into whether the horse is colicking or not. And this is about the gut sounds, one of the signs. There is a list on my website, www.stall13.com. You'll find it under horse information. You'll find it in diagrams. There's a list of diagnosis, do's and don'ts when it comes to colic. Please, please check that out on the site. This has been another stall13.com video. Take care of yourselves and make sure take care of your horses.